Hey everybody, it's Deanna with toolsofenergyprotection.com, your energy shift expert and Akashic Records advisor. Today I want to talk to you about my predictions for December of 2022. I know it's already December 4th and time is just popping, 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 and you're probably like, why should I listen to this? We're already in the fourth day of December. Well, as you know, time seems to keep going faster and faster and faster, and what my guides are telling me is that our time is actually going faster. So our clocks, the electronics, they're all showing that we're going 24 hours a day. And what's actually happening is the frequency of our planet is speeding up and we're at 17 hours a day. That's why things seem so fast. That's why you can't seem to get any rest. And that's one of the secrets I wanted to talk to you about tonight. So I know this is a little unannounced. So if you're watching this on the replay, that's great. Go ahead and put a comment down here below if you like. And if you want to share the video, that's great. I've got people on Instagram, got people over here on Facebook. So the first thing I'm going to do is an Akashic Records reading for December. And then I'm going to talk about some of the secrets very quickly about what's happening in time and space in December. And I'm going to reveal to you what's happening behind these energy shifts because so many of you are like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling like I can't sleep. I mean, can I get a thumbs up if you're watching the recording? That's okay too. About how many people cannot sleep at night. They go to bed, they're tired, they're exhausted, and they might fall asleep, but they're waking up every 2 to 3 hours. That's part of these energy shifts. And the secret of what's happening in there is parts of your subconscious mind are being unlocked. And they're being unlocked to take out all the negative energy that's in there. So you might be having really super strange dreams that you're like, okay, I can't even interpret these dreams with a dream interpretation book, and you've kind of tossed that book out the window. And what's happening is empaths, starseeds, highly sensitive people, all of you are being called to step it up. Some of you for the first time. Some of you are, um, you know, are just coming on board and waking up and starting to realize there's more than a 9 to 5 gig every day. There's more than this crazy story that we're being told by the news media. Yes. So if you're feeling like that and you're like, I'm not so sure about what's happening, what the heck's happening out here in this world, it's because that the energy shifts right now are happening. The stars, the planets, they're shifting. Our brains are shifting. And as an empath, a sensitive person, or woke, highly sensitive person, you're being asked to step up and bring more light into this planet. And if you take a look right now, a snapshot of 12/4/2022, and you look out in the news media right now, you've got so much mudslinging going on. It is crazy, especially in the United States. And you've got some people that are being forced to do things that they don't want to do to live in their own countries, and their freedoms are being taken away. Just all kinds of things. So that's what's going on, and the mysteries of these energies, that I wanted to reveal to you, or I am revealing you tonight, is that the planet is shifting into a higher vibration. Your diet is going to change. Your sleeping habits are going to change. How you feel about other people is going to change. How other people feel about you is going to change. And a lot of you have been reaching out to me and you're like, Deanna, I can't handle this anymore. It's driving me crazy. I can't get anything done. And here comes Christmas and it seems like it's 90 to nothing. Or some of you out there have been contacting me with depression, great, huge amounts of depression and anxiety. And even some of you have never had it before. And the reason for that is that these changes are asking us as humans to change. And most humans, we get on a wheel and we want to stay on that wheel. And we're like, I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing no matter how painful it is. I'm going to do what I've been doing no matter how painful it is. La. The human mind is challenging to change. Once it gets set in a routine, it likes it. So it takes a lot of energy for you to pull out and get into a new routine. And so these changes, these planetary changes, wild things I haven't even talked about that are going on, you can look up in the stars and see it. That is taking your mind and basically pulling it apart. It's just pulling your mind apart and pushing it together and pulling it apart and pushing it together to get you to change. And I don't like the C word, but if we don't have it, we can't move forward. So it means a lot of us are being called to turn loose of relationships, of jobs, of situations, of habits, and go in a totally, completely new direction. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you all this Akashic record reading, my prediction for December, and then I'm going to tell you about how to take care of that. I mean, if you're, it's like, great, okay, I can't sleep, I know that. I know things are blowing up in my face, and okay, great, I know that, but how am I going to handle that? And I have, at the end of this video, a way for you to handle that. So if you'll hang in there with me, I will share that with you. So here's my prediction for December. The Akashic Records I'm pulling up, what we've been experiencing in the past, which would be in November, present, December, and the future in January coming up. All right. So in the past, we have experienced the King of Forces. Okay, this is the first Akashic Record card comes up. As you all know, I read Akashic Records, don't necessarily use cards, but they're so pretty and you all like them. So the King of Forces, what does that mean? Well, if you look at this card really closely, in the background, it almost looks like an Armageddon coming in there. Almost. Big clouds, stuff going on and forming. Almost looks like a face back there, and a bat ushering things in. And so in the past, the king is somebody who rules over everything. The king decides when things are done. He executes the orders. He brings things forward, and he takes care when he's take care of, sends forces out, reinforcements out, takes care of his people, that kind of thing. Sometimes takes things. Think about it. A king will take things, well, you owe me this, I'm going to take it, whether you owe it or not, and you can't really fight it. Can't fight against the establishment. Or the king might say, in order for you to be in my kingdom, you have to do this or you're out. And so a lot of that has been going on, no matter where you are politically. Just look at it from a spiritual perspective. That's what's been going on. And so I got this card upside down. And that means there's a lot of forces right now that are working against every light worker in this world. I guarantee you. If you have felt like you're overwhelmed, you have too much to do, you have too much financial responsibility, you feel like people are, wanting things from you you can't deliver, if you feel like um, that you're just exhausted all the time, you don't know why, and you wake up tired, if you feel like you're just depressed. One gal I talked to the other day, she had depression so bad, and she said the doctors have been giving her more and more meds, and it's not working. Well, that's twofold. Here's another mystery, twofold. One is the planet vibration shifting and asking you as an empath, starseed, highly sensitive person to ditch all of this stuff, all these forces that have been put upon you. You're being asked to ditch that, okay? Ditch it. Get rid of it. Don't own it anymore. Don't own other people's programs, because that's what people are handing you, and they're feeding it to your brain. Your brain's like, okay, no, it's not okay. So those forces are going to rise higher and higher and higher. And if you're already depressed, if you're already exhausted, if you're already at that point where you're ready to give up, then I'm going to share with you what I've got coming up on Saturday. Okay, on Saturday, I'm going to help all of you, each and every one of you that choose to show up. Today is December the 4th, and it'll be this coming up Saturday at 10 o'clock. So if you're on Instagram, you go to my bio, click on the link. It'll take you over to it says holiday special, to get hooked up. If you're on Facebook, go down here. I've put it in the feed here, in the comments. I will, actually, it's up here in the description on Facebook. Let me see if I can get it down here in the comments for you. There we go. And what I'm going to do is the only way that I know currently of how to make it through these changes, how to secure yourself in these times, is to be connected to God's Spirit or Source, connected to your angels, connected to your spirit guides, and connected to a force greater than you that actually can send vibrational healing. So if you click on that link, if you can't find the link for whatever reason, go to tools of energyprotection.com and click on Holiday Special 2020. Because I've been doing this business for 13 years, ladies and gentlemen. I have been seeking on how to talk to angels, how to talk to guides, calling in white light healing beings. I have been doing this for freaking years. And I love my job. This is the best job ever. I get to work with spirit beings, and I get to work with all of you lovelies. What could be better? And right now, what I'm telling you is that Our world is shifting again so quickly, and it will continue for a while. This is not the end of it, but we're in the thick of it, and we need more skills. And so I'm going to present to you on Saturday, if you join us, right? If you join us that day, you're going to learn in real time. Sorry, somebody's requesting to be on my video in live time. Not yet. um, anyway, your spirit guides. If you can talk to your spirit guides, you can navigate just about anything. Like my spirit guides told me to go do something one day, and I was like, I don't want to do that till next week. But I knew that they wouldn't tell me unless it was important, so I went and did it. And I'm glad I did because it saved me a lot of trouble later that I didn't know was coming up. It was off my radar screen, so to speak. I couldn't see that it was coming, but they did. And that's what I'm telling you in these troubled times that we live in. Having that reinforcement is great. And if you don't know how to hear them, see them, feel them, sense them, know them, I'm going to teach you. It's easy. You'll be surprised once I reveal it. You'll be like, oh, is that all? Then I'm going to teach you how to connect with your higher self. That's your divine self. That's the part of you that's within and also with God, Spirit Source. And that part of you will also give you heads up about things that are coming, things that are coming up. But if you're not aware of it, then you get, smacked in the face with a pie, so to speak. Then I'm also going to bring in white light healing beings. Yes, in real time. God's spirit sources everywhere. Angels can buy, try, and whatever quad locate or how many ever times. And I'm going to call these angels to you. You'll be in a Zoom room like this, and I will call the angels to you. Some people will feel them touch. Some people will just feel heat in their bodies or cool. And you will feel real-time healing. It is possible. And once you've met them and you know who they are, you can call them anytime you like and work on anything you like: mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, energetic bodies. And then I'm going to teach you how to begin to create self-love. So if you've never done self-love or you're struggling to love yourself, show up. I'm going to show you. We'll do some step-by-step processes. And then I'm also going to give you a worksheet on how to rewire your brain, because it's really important that you know how to wire and fire positive things together instead of all the negative stuff that you're being fed. So that's what's coming up on this coming up Saturday. Again, it's 12/4/2022, so it'll be a week from yesterday. So if you want to come join me, and again on Facebook, if you go right up here in the description, there's a link. You can jump over there or down here, and then the link is in the bio. So uh, over here on Instagram. All right, so past, we've had these forces, king of forces, have been forcing us to go or attempting to in a direction we don't want to go. These are the negative juju forces, okay? So you don't have to go where you're being led. You can go where you know the light is. And then once you connect to God's spirit or source, you can follow that loving light, okay? It will lead you. It will never force you. Dark forces, they poke and poke and poke until they get what they want. Surprise! Narcissistic. Oh my goodness, don't get me on narcissistic. This whole world is narcissistic right now, driving me crazy. Anyway, not really. It's just annoying. The gaslighting, the walking on eggshells. I mean, think about it. If you don't know what narcissistic traits are, go look them up. And you'll be surprised when you look at the world scene and what they're asking you to do, how close that is. So, anyway, the next thing we have for December, this is interesting. This is the Akashic Record card for December of what's going to go on. It's the Four of Keys. It's called Clearing the Way. Look at that. Clearing the Way. And that couldn't be more true if I had set the card out all by myself and not shuffled. So clearing the way, in this case, there's a big log there blocking the horse from going forward on the trail, and the light beams coming in. And your beautiful divine beings that work with you. All of us have divine beings that work with us. We can't always see them, but we can sense them and know them. They are clearing the way for our path. I have been doing these meditations over the last couple of days. A few of my clients last week got to work with me on them. And when we did them, they cleared the energy right out of my body, of my physical body. I had aches and pains, and it was because I'd taken on other people's stuff. A lot of you asked me, how do I clear myself at the end of the day with as much work as I do? And I've been doing these. I can share that with you in a session. And once I cleared these programs that were within me, I was so happy the next day. Is amazing. And it happened just like that. I've been working on myself for years, and you feel like you work on yourself and you work on yourself, and there's another layer, and there's another layer. It's like an onion, and you will peel, 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 peel. Depending on how much crap has happened in your life, is how much you have to peel. Some people it goes very quickly, but I've been working on myself for years, and I'm like, come on, when do I get to smile and be happy? Well, this is clearing the way. So our guides right now are providing us with tools to get us to a place where we can clear out old karma, we can clear out old behavior patterns, love ourselves, be in the light, and make it through these next months and years that are coming up. And I'm offering you all the opportunity to do that very easily, very effortlessly. And what I've got again is I'm going to teach you how to connect with your spirit guides, your higher self. Then I'm going to call in these white light healing beings. Once you've worked with them, you can call them in anytime you like to heal anything, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional. And then I'm going to give you a path on how to create greater self-love. You'll have a worksheet for that. And then there's going to be some affirmations to help keep you in that self-love cycle for 365 days. Can you imagine? 365 statements of how to keep yourself upright that you can say each day or pick one out to work on in your own life. And all of that together is about a $700 value. And I'm going to be offering it for $60, okay? So get yourself a Christmas present. How would you like to feel better? Feel centered, feel balanced, know what your guides and angels are telling you and showing you, and experience the healing in your body and your mind and your soul. There's no better Christmas present. And once you register, you'll receive a link, and then you just send it back to me and you say you'd like to invite a friend, okay, or a loved one with you. And you can come together, and it's on Zoom, so if you're in New York and they're in California, you can still come together. So not only am I going to put it out there for $60, but I'm also going to allow you to bring someone else, okay? Because it's so important that we share this love and light at this time. And $60 is nothing. It's, what, 10 coffees at one of the local coffee places. So anyway, all right. Back to our prediction for December. I know that's not running a pure prediction because I'm talking about a couple different things, but there's just so much going on that you all need to know about. All right. So King of Forces, in the past, it was upside down when I got it. So up until now, especially with COVID, we've been asked to do things maybe we didn't want to, being forced into a particular thought form of not loving ourselves, not being worthy enough because of the focus of all the fear and the doubt that's being spread out there, supply lines, gas, just all kinds of things are being thrown at us which simply aren't true. Then the present card for December is clearing the way. So our guides are clearing the way for us to have more spiritual understanding, be more steady, open up to self-love, accept the love of God's Spirit or Source and Earth Mother. And then the last one I got, which came upside down, I'll put it so you can see it, is called Balance. Balance. And this card was actually upside down. So that's the future of December, is can you balance your life? And I don't know about you, but I've had a heck of a time trying to balance my life over the last couple months. I felt like I was just putting out fires, and then I'd attempt to get certain things done and create time zones for those things to be done so I could progress them. And then this one would be like this, and this one, and it's like I couldn't find any balance at all. I was actually working 7 days a week there for a while, but I didn't want to blow myself out, so I reduced it back to 5 again. Well, 6. So that's what's going on for the month of December. I know it's pretty short and sweet and to the point, but that's what's going on. So if your desire is not to be out of balance in December, then I'm going to ask you to join me. Let me take a couple questions. Robin says, do we log on to Zoom Saturday? Let's see here. Saturday. It's actually Saturday the 10th. At 10 o'clock in the morning. And yes, Robin, if you've registered, you should have in your inbox a welcome letter, a welcome email, and some information. If you don't, I'm going to be rechecking the people that have registered so far tomorrow to make sure they've all received an email. So if you don't, check your promotions or your spam, and it'll be in there. But yes, you will get a ticket in the form of Zoom and be able to log on there. All right, I got any questions over here on Instagram. Instagram says, let's see, hello Heather, good to see you. Hello Dana, good to see you. And Stephanie, good to see you. And Heather says she thinks her guides are on vacation. No, Heather, your guides are not on vacation. There's just so much going on right now that we're being bombarded with in this world that it's hard to open up and connect to our angels and guides because we're so down here in our 3D world. And if we just pull ourselves up where we can be more connected, and that starts with self-love. And once that is that way, then you will be able to connect more and your guides won't seem like they're on vacation. So come and join me Saturday, link in the bio, or go to toolsofenergyprotection.com, click on Holiday Special 2022 and get you registered. And I'm glad you agree. Yes, a lot of narcissism going on in this world. And I H Wheel. Hi, and Instagram, I forget sometimes what your real name is. Oh, I got one more question here on Instagram. Let me see what I got here. Okay, so Heather, I'm just talking about predictions right now, talking about what's going to happen in December, and then sharing this new tool that I have to help you all, where I'm going to go very succinct between meet your spirit guides, meet your higher self, access the white light healing beings, and learn how to create self-love on a daily basis to rewire your brain so that's more possible. And then get 365 affirmations as a takeaway with you. So that's what I'm doing here. And oh, it's Hannah. Hi, Hannah. I'm not doing any other readings tonight, medium or otherwise. It's just predictions. Stay tuned though, because I will be back talking more about this class as we go along. So you're welcome, Heather. I appreciate you asking though, because usually I do take a lot of questions. But tonight was just come on and to share this. The times that we're going through are going to become more challenging, more challenging, and more challenging. And the universe is pulling the world into two spaces to where it's creating the higher level frequency consciousness. And a lot of us have lived in fear and doubt and not loving ourselves. And we're depressed and anxious because we just are. So if you want to move past that, then come and work with me on this workshop on Saturday. It's 90 minutes, it's $60. You know, the meditation will be recorded, so you'll get that. You'll get the brain rewiring worksheet on how to help you with that, and the affirmations. If you've already registered and you haven't seen your Zoom link, your acceptance email, then go up here. Oh, good. Amanda, you joined. Mwah, good. Then go, sorry, if you haven't received your link yet, go to toolsofenergyprotection.com, click on contact, and say I registered, but I haven't received my link yet. And then I'll go check the records and see why you haven't and make sure you get that invitation, okay? So love and hugs to everybody. I know it's Sunday evening. A lot of you might be putting this in the replay. If you do, put your questions down below. More than happy to answer them. I'm super excited to meet each and every one of you. And the desired outcome is that we'll fill all the spaces for this special event. Once we get to so many, I'm going to close it because I can only handle answering so many people's questions, and I want you all to get some of my personal attention. So make sure you register today, tonight, whenever you see it. Anyway, mwah, big hugs and kisses going out to everybody on Facebook, and big hugs and kisses going out to everybody on Instagram. Have a great and wonderful day.